Hello, my name is Angry Hat, and today we'll be playing the first Descendant again. Lots of commotion while I was working, absent. What is going on? I've heard the invasions are very difficult, and people complained they are most difficult because not everybody wants to run around with a fully decked 9 Catalyst bunny. I'm gonna try and help today. I have a Haley here. And the reason why I have a Haley is because she's the only one that is not decked, okay? So I put already 2 catalysts on her, but because of a boss build I intended to do, to test, and then I decided I'm gonna use Haley, not decked, with a couple of mods in there, to try and do these invasions with a non-existent build, basically, but with an activator. And so I basically use just 1 catalyst. Everything you see is from her. This build should be enough for each Descendant to be able to run through. If you have a Descendant that also has some mobbing capabilities, even better. Lepic is really good, Glay is really good, obviously Bunny, it will be the best. First, try to max out defense. Defense is very important here, okay? Why? Because here you're gonna get demolished by mobs, okay? The mobs are not very difficult, they don't do a lot of damage, but with sheer numbers, this is like the Spartan bloody war. There's like an infinite amount of them. They come from the mountains, they come from everywhere. This is full of them. So you want to have some defense to help you. 35 to 45,000 defense. Go for it. Use everything at your disposal. External components, defense and HP as much as possible. On everything. Focus just on stats, nothing else. Now, if you want to go for the shield routes, shields are going to be less. However, if you're Enzo, if you're Kyle, if you can manage to get a decent sustainability of shields, go for shields as well. But it's going to be a bit tougher of a challenge, I would imagine. I haven't tested out Enzo. I don't have an Enzo build. I'm just going around with him for vaults. But shields is going to be a tiny bit more challenging, I would imagine. I don't really know. I usually spec for as much as HP as possible. However, get some defense on the mods and some defense on the external components, and then get some HP on the mods and some HP on the external components as much as you can to increase your survivability as much as you can. And this is still not gonna be enough, fellas. This is end game stuff. This is not some I go in there, I do a couple of bosses, boom boom boom, done. No, this is end game stuff. This is difficult. They meant it to be a massacre, okay? And it is a massacre. HP collector, necessary. This is a must. And if you run in shields, shield collector, must. Why? Because this one gives you every 2 seconds survivability back. Okay, you have so many mobs, every 2 seconds you're gonna snitch 9% of your HP back from them. The damage they give you, you're gonna take them back from them. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. It's a continuous exchange of damage taken and HP stolen. You have to use this a lot, okay? And that is still not going to be enough. You still have to use like something like pain reliever, a 13.5% income damage modifier. So you receive 13% less damage. But this one comes with a caveat that for 3 extra incoming damage reduction, you get a 10% penalty on your damage you do. And if you want to go with auto immunity instead, you're gonna have only 10% of incoming damage, but you're also gonna have some HP recovery, which is mucho bueno. I didn't find this extremely helpful, but it could help if you have a tankier build with more HP. And use that instead of the pain reliever so you don't renounce to your damage. If you don't have weapons that do very good damage, go with auto immunity. If you have a weapon that can dish out some decent damage and you think you can sacrifice a bit, go with pain reliever. And this is still not gonna be enough. You still need an ironclad defense. This is the best mod you should have. You get hit so many times. I don't know these mobs where they made them, but bloody hell, they have insane crit hit rates. So ironclad defense and pain reliever to reduce the damage efficiently. The 2 defenses for your base damage reduction and your 2 HP to increase your survivability, and the HP collector. There's no damage here, nothing that has to do with damage you do. You're gonna use only weapons to do damage. Okay. Let's go through with the weapons, okay? A Thunder Gauge. I put a Defense Master. Every time you defeat an enemy with it, you're gonna get some extra defense. This is only 3 lines, it's not fully done. And you're gonna have 10 seconds that you're gonna have a good chunk of defense back. which here helps. So finally we get to have some use for these defensive mods. And I would say damage between 350 and 450,000 on the Thunder Cage. This one works really well. Why? Because the damage you do in an AoE is going to help you get rid of many mobs. I have a Greg's. This one is meant to do damage against bosses. Okay, so it's not going to do super well against mobs, but it's absolutely fine. Okay, you can still, if you have a decent Greg's, I would say around 250 to 300,000 DPS. The damage it takes, the damage you do with the unique ability is going to be pretty great. Okay, the Greg's for bossing is going to be pretty decent, even with 4 catalysts. But your basics, what you need to have is your basics. You need to have your rifling reinforcement, your action and reaction, your fire conductor, and an electric enhancement to reduce the defense of the you know, of the boss, so you can dish a bit more damage. And if you can chuck in a fire conductor and a concentration priority, even better. If you can't, it's fine. It's going to take you a bit longer to fight them, but you don't need to have a catalyst on it. Okay, Greg's is very good at fighting bosses, even with half. Tamer is another pretty decent choice. Obviously, if you have Enduring Legacy, it's even better. This one also with some Defense Master if you want to use it. I didn't really use Tamer that much, but decent DPS, you can use that as well. Now let's go to the video. This is the Magister's Lab. Here what you need to do is to get, you see this? You have artificial brains to collect. Good. There's gonna be 15 of them. You have a minute and a half or something like that to get 15 of them. They drop from the mobs, so kill mobs continuously. Use your Thunder Cage here to get as many as you can. Very good. Alright, you get your 15 and try to move around as much as you can. Okay, once you get 15, it's gonna show you here in red. You have to immediately go and put it on the bloody machine thingy. Immediately. Don't waste around, because there's a limited time. Okay, so you have to do it as fast as you can. There you go. And you have to do this twice. Move around, don't let the mobs get too close. These are not particularly difficult because most of them are melee based. So just by moving around them and trying not to tank the damage but to evade the damage is going to be easy. Once you've done that, this is the first room of the Magister's Lab. Once you've done that, just go and defeat these stuff. Just shoot at them as much as you can. Okay? Easy peasy. You shoot these and you move on. Second room is exactly the same thing. Same mechanic, you do it twice. Stay away from the bombs, stay away from the big elite guys, stay away from the mobs. Try not to get cornered, try not to get stunned or anything, okay? So you have to move. Movement is key. That's pretty much it. And you don't have to focus on, oh, I need to kill the elite. No. You just have to kill enough small mobs, small fries, to get those 15. Don't focus on the big guys. Kill the small fry as fast as you can, and then you get to the ABCDs. This is easy stuff, okay? The difficult part comes to the boss. The boss is difficult, and I died a couple of times. And here you're at the boss, and you have to do the same mechanic. The boss is gonna be immune. So the boss is gonna spawn, and he's gonna be immune. You want to pay attention to things here. So you want to pay attention to these guys, the Rippers. These ones spin and stun you. And when you get stunned, all the damage you take because you can't move, not good. Move as much as possible, okay? And be very aggressive. Go and kill mobs extremely quickly and move extremely. Everything has to be extremely. Then, these things. You see, at this moment I'm running away. Even though I have decent, still I have decent HP. These bombs, the trap balls, don't let them hit you, okay? Kill them from a distance all of the time. Run away from them. There's 2-3 are gonna explode in your face. All of your HP is gone, okay? And it's gonna be difficult to bring it back up while you sustain damage. So it's a balance of how well you can maintain HP above 50%. And you go away from them and you kill them from a distance. Use your cover, use the movement, okay? And look at these miscreants, bastards and Reapers and stuff. These ones can stun you. So all of these bastards, they can rotate and stun you. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I rotate away from the trap balls, and I still get hit. Look, there's a decent amount of HP I'm losing right there. If I was to take direct hits from that, I'll probably now be two-shotted, right? Or one-shotted by another mob. You have to pay attention to these small details. Then, obviously, once you've done the 15 mods twice, the 15 whatever the hell they're called, brains twice, A, B, C, D, shoot these, and then is the boss mechanic. The boss just has a metric ton of HP. There's nothing you can do. You have to two-phase it. I don't have enough damage to one-phase it here. Now with the Gregs and now with the weapons I have. An Enduring Legacy would be great. A good sniper rifle would be great. But what I have is this. So I'm gonna go with this, okay? If you have someone that can end like a glaive weapon platform, it's gonna be amazing. But I'm dishing some decent damage here, but I'm also getting a lot of damage, so I have to go in and out of cover, because now I'm almost done. So here, if I keep pushing, I'm dying, and I reset the whole fight, I have to do it again. No. Rather prioritize you staying alive. Look at my health. I'm almost one shot by the boss here. So what I'm doing here, he's shooting me, he's almost one-shotting, I decide to stay back, okay? I was about to die, so I just run away. My focus is to stay away from everyone and find HP. That's how you have to think. It's because I pushed a bit too hard on the boss. Instead, I should have just stayed on cover, wait for it to go immune, and let my shield replenish a bit, and then go for mobs and get my HP. Balance your HP. Even if the fight is a bit longer, balance your HP. It doesn't matter. You're not gonna get the 5 minutes if you don't have a fully stacked bunny, okay? And let's just be honest. But if you want a half build that can still do it, you just complete it. That's it. You don't get gold. Okay, now I'm almost done. I just kill a couple of them and I immediately run for the HP. Once you have the brains, same mechanic happens. Okay, this is not super difficult. You just need to pay attention that you don't get into situations that are really bad. Like the guy with the shield, you don't have to shoot that guy. No one cares. Now take your time to get the brains, but once you get to 15 brains, go and put them immediately. Here I run out of Thunder Cage, but it's fine. Okay, go put these in, pretty easy. I know this video is gonna be on the longer side, but I hope this helps a bit. Okay, kill the mobs, get the second phase. I'm not gonna go through it. It's fine. Then once you get these things, the mobs disappears and you get this. Stay on this platform. Try to use the platform in level. In a way where when he shoots at you, he hits the platform while you can still have vision to shoot it. This is the best way to do it. If you can find him in a good position like this is amazing. Because this way you can put damage on him without taking damage. Not too much. So this is very good, okay? Now I'm not doing that much damage with Gregs, but if you can hit those crits, mucho bueno. And that was it. This was a 6 minutes run, I think. And this is a... I think you can do this with a 4 Catalyst Thunder Cage and a 5 Catalyst Gregs. But Thunder Cage does most of the job here because the mobs are the real problem. Now let's move into the second one, where is the Caligo Ossuary, and this is a bit more difficult. So you get in, and the mechanic is not too difficult. It took me a couple of tries to get it done because this is basically the first time I'm doing it. So I don't really know what I'm doing. But here's what you do. You go on the platform. Once you are on this platform, you're gonna see the symbols here around illuminate with colors. Okay? And basically, if you look at that door, you have a green, a purple, or pink or whatever, and a blue. And you have to stay on these platforms and activate all 3 platforms. The caveat is, it needs to have all 3 platforms 100% occupancy from you at the same time. Which basically means sit 5 seconds on each of them, one after the other, without another mob sitting on it. If you wait too much time, a mob is gonna spawn and it's gonna nullify your occupancy basically. Okay, it's one of it has an exclamation mark on the head and a red aura. I'm gonna show it to you in a minute. This guy is sitting on my platform that I should have occupied, and this guy is sitting on my platform. So those ones, kill them. If you're intending on sitting around. But what you want is those guys to not step on your platform. Otherwise you'll have to do it again and again and again. So this one I think is the good run, where I go in and I do all 3 of them super quickly. Now I have my purple done, I have my blue done, I think I'm going for my red one, and I'm trying to do as fast as I can. Job done. It's basically you just have to have all three active at the same time without that red mob sitting on any one of your platforms. That's it. That's the mechanic. Here you have another mechanic, which is not difficult, but obviously if it's the first time you do it, I'm a bit stupid about it. But this is basically the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. Occupancy. You have a yellow, a white, and a red. Sit on all three of them without the exclamation mark, a red or a mob sitting on each of them, right? And that's it. And that's your thing. Do it as fast as you can. Don't wait for the mobs to spawn. I was fighting the elites and all of that. You don't need to. You don't need to fight the elites. You don't need to fight anyone here. Just jump on the do the platform trick as fast as you can. Okay? Because look, I'm going for the yellow one, but you see that one? That one is gonna go around, come here and nullify this one. That one needs to be killed. And then is the boss. Now, boss very easy. Same thing, you have platforms around you. The boss has a spherical aura around it. He's immortal, he's immune. But this is a white one. Now, based on the color, you sit on the platform that matches the color of the shield of the boss. Very easy. This is a white color, I need to go on a white plate. Now, I don't know which one is because this is the first time I get to the boss, so I'm just goofing around, basically. So here's when I realize what the mechanic is all about. So, oh, I sit on this platform, he's gonna get damaged, right? Now, I'm not paying too much attention to my HP because I'm trying to understand the mechanic. But eventually I do understand the mechanic around here. So I'm shooting him with a tamer to get his shield down, right? And now I get his shield down. I'm trying to get some damage in, but I'm missing all of my shots because I'm a bit stupid, right? So that grenade, I wanted to show you one thing that he does that really destroys you. If I can showcase it to you here. This grenade that he throws, you see it? This is gonna fall behind me and look. You see the flames? Look at my HP. You saw that? I rolled forward and got an HP, but that one can bloody one-shot you. That is gonna cancel like 7,000-8,000 HP you have. You have to pay so much attention to that grenade, that fire grenade he drops, because that's gonna put a wall of fire, and that wall of fire is going to burn you like crazy. Just evade it. Roll away from it. Pay attention to the boss, don't pay attention to the mobs. Run away from the mobs, but pay attention to the boss at all times. When he throws that is going to kill you. Go away from it. All the other damages is neglectable, but that one is what is killing you. Okay, so here I'm putting some DPS with that. I'm evading his shots. I'm trying to maintain my HP. It's more of a patient game here. Go back on the platform. This is like the 4th time I'm doing the mechanic, right? I rather, you see here, I'm not even staying on the platform anymore. I bait them away from the platform, so they give me space on the platform afterwards. So I go away, I shoot them, I make distance, I shoot the mobs first, and then I get the boss, okay? I'm focusing now. I step away from the platform, immediately I go search for HP, I just put damage on him, and I'm rolling around, I'm using my environment, move around, move a lot, okay? From time to time, clean mobs as well. You don't want to have too many mobs around you. Here, again, boom, you see this? Fire, evade it. That's a clean shot. Boom, never stay in there, that would have killed me, okay? So pay attention. That's the only mechanic you have to really pay attention to. And then it's just a waiting game. You shoot, you're patient, you shoot, you wait, you do the mechanic, you wait. There is no rush. Now he's on a green one, I don't care. I just go back, I kill some enemies, I put some space, I leave myself a bit, you know, of clean routes to navigate. Put some damage on them. I don't roll back because I've seen the flames at the back and I don't want to die. But then immediately roll away from that position because he's gonna put a grenade on that position, and then he's just a back and forth between mobs and him, mobs and him, mobs and him. You're always gonna play the game between mobs and him and move around. It's always a dance, all the time, and you just have to be patient. Put damage on it. You see he's a sponge. Now obviously I don't have the best damage, but he's a bloody sponge. Bunny is very good at this because Bunny naturally just moves around a lot, so obviously Bunny is going to be the best choice. But look at that. He got like, what, 5-10 HP left, not even, and he went invisible again. I'm just taking my time. I'd rather do that than die. And that's pretty much it. I really hope this helps a few people. However, there's one thing I would like to say. This is meant to be endgame. This is meant to be tough. We all knew this is coming, and we all knew this is tough. Now, regardless of if you like or not the mechanics, and if you like or not the dungeons, I personally don't really enjoy them. But regardless of that, because that is subjective, going in here with a half builds, with no damage, and like no HP and no defenses and no maxed out mods, honestly, is not Nexon's fault. This is end game. This is the toughest challenge in the game. This is hardest than the Colossi. It's meant to be hard. Now, obviously, they made an update and they say they will make it a lot easier. This is still the tough ones. This is meant to have not a min-maxed build, obviously, because I don't think should be a min-maxed build. I'm not a min-maxer myself, but this is a somehow half build. Okay, she has only 2 catalysts, and none of the 2 catalysts were aimed for this task specifically. So if you can still add on top of that more HP. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments if you have difficulties, if you find it easy, if you find it difficult, if you like it or you don't like it, and whatnot. Give it a try. Anyway, by next week for sure it's gonna be fixed, and by fixed I mean it's gonna get easier. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. If they make it very easy, it's going to be any good anyway, because this is meant to be the toughest challenge in the game. So if the toughest challenge in the game is a joke, like 7-second Colossi, obviously everybody's gonna laugh at the game, and it's not gonna be considered a tough game. Now, I don't know. To each their own, I guess. It is what it is, my friends. Now, enough chit-chat. You go in there, and you let me know if you can manage it, if you don't manage it, if you like, if you don't like it, whatever it is you want to tell me, you tell me in the comments. I have to go to work, so ciao, I'll see you in the next one.